What up, awesome viewers? RJ here, and that thumbnail took forever to make, and it wasn't even that good. So anyways, I am very excited to present to you my deck list for Zhulodok Void Gorger. This is what I would like to say peak Magic for me, because this type of monster is very special because of back then when I was introduced to Magic. I play Modern, and my very first like official deck was the Eldrazi Modern build, where it has Tron lands and things like that. So this going all the way back from moving forward to Commander, and then now I can finally go back to where it all begins. So this is a very special deck for me, and I'm very glad that they have a precon that I can build off of. That's fantastic. So anyways, let's begin the deck build, or the deck list, or things like that. First things first, in Magic you gotta have ramp and you gotta have draw. So this is what I have to go with. Oh yeah, this is also ramp. Quicksilver Amulet is, to me, is ramp, just because the fact that you can cheat out bigger creatures. You can go ahead and use and play bigger spells, or bigger creature spells, than you normally would have. Like in turn 4, let's say if I want to play something like this big guy here for 9 mana, like I can. So that's pretty cool. And then we have rocks. I think I have a bunch of rocks here. Let's draw. Rocks. Cost less rocks. Let me see what else. Mana doubler. Rocks. That's technically a rock. Reducer. Rock. 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 Dork. Rock. Rock. Dork. Reducer. Rock. Okay. So we have your 2-for-1s. Yeah. Let's go with that category. Okay. Yeah, so we have your 2-for-1s. These ones you pay 2 and you get 1 in return, which isn't really that bad. So they're nice to have, especially in the beginning of the game where you just want to ramp, because you don't have green here, sadly. So you can't ramp that way, so I've got to ramp with rocks. And then we have some dorks. I mean, well, this is not really a dork. This is a dork, because it's actually just adding in for mana. I think that's the only dork. Yeah, these ones are also rocks too. Worn Power Stone and Soul Ring. And then this is a huge rock, Thran Dynamo. 4 for 3. That's actually really good. And then this one can be however big or however small. A lot of the times when I play this in the beginning, like I understand people would save up to play it to have a bigger rock. No, if this is in my hand in the beginning, this is literally a 2-for-1. That's it. Because then my strategy with this one is that later on in the game, if I can sink into it for more, I will. But if not, it's fine. Like I honestly think this is a great 2-for-1. So there's that. I mean, this one is just really this is a fantastic rock, because it's indestructible and you can pay 0 for a colorless spell, which everything here is colorless. So this is a very great rock. I don't think you would call it a rock though. It looks like a rock. So yeah. And then the dorks. This is an actual dork. This one just grabs land. This one you gotta kill it. Pay 3. So overall, this is a 6-for-2. To be honest, pay 3 to bring it out. Pay 3 again to sack it. So it's a 6-for-2. So there's that. And then we have your reducers. One less, one less, two less. I should have more reducers. There we go. That's another reducer. I think my other reducer is a land. Yeah. Okay. So now we have the reducers. Basically, they say Eldrazi's are however many less. This is 2 less for colorless spells, 1 less for spells I cast, 1 less for chosen type, 2 less for creature type, and 2 less for Eldrazi's only. So basically, it reduces the cost of Eldrazi, which makes sense because these guys are so expensive, these Eldrazi's. And now, I put him as ramp too, because the way how Oblivion Sour works is that if you cast it, the target opponent exiles the top, and happens to be any green player, you bet they'll have a lot of lands, so exile the top 4. Put any number of lands into exile under my control. It's a great way to ramp. The map will most likely search out for Eye of Ujin, which then reduces everything by 2. And you can also sack it to search for something too, if I really want to, if they decide to blow up my land or something. Because I mean, if you can't blow up any land, this is probably a good land to blow up, so there's that. And then Forsaken Monument, this one's fantastic. This one is an Anthem spell on top of an additional. It's kind of like a mana doubler, but it doesn't really double. It's kind of an additional one, and also life gain. See, whenever I cast color spell, gain 2 life. So this thing is really good. And then Moon Silver Key. This is such an awesome card, because if you don't have Soul Ring, this will search for Soul Ring. Search for a library or an artifact with a mana ability or basic land. Review it, put it into my hand. So if you don't have Soul Ring, but you have this is searching out for Soul Ring. That's fantastic. And then the Quicksilver Amulet, which is the cheat, the putting in creatures in. And then we have the draws. I think I have more draws than this. Yeah, because the lands draw. Hang on. Turn. Oh yeah, these are also ramp lands. So you can just put them for 2. This one you can a bounce land. It's also ramp. Life gain. This is a draw. That's a draw. There's also a ramp. But this is such a double-edged sword, because sometimes it's you have this and you don't have 5 or more lands. It's a dead land you just play. Draw. Draw. Okay, yeah. I was like, I have more draws than I think I do. Yeah. So yeah, these are draw lands. They have some kind of effect where I can draw a card. So also draw, pay life to draw, pay 5 to draw. That's a lot. Yeah, pay 5 to draw. This one's really good. This one at the beginning of my upkeep, just draw a card. So I draw 2 cards. It's basically like Phyrexian Arena, except costs twice as much. This one, target. Oh, extra churn. Extra churn to me counts as draw. So let's see. I think I also have a guy that draws too. Yeah, this one that draws. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So to me, extra turns counts as draw. So this one is this is the big boss monster. Because you take an extra turn when you cast this spell. Can't be countered. So this is the big boss. This is the secret commander. There you go. Yeah, because this is a huge spell. And let's see here. Yeah, take an extra turn, draw. Oh, Immortal Sun is also a draw. Yeah, this one you draw in the beginning of the draw step, draw an additional card. So this one's also like they kind of mix and match between the draws and the ramps. So there's that. Also, like this to me is kind of like a cheat creature in, because this one, whenever you do combat damage to a player, you cast your commander from your command zone without paying its mana cost. That's legit. It has trample, so I mean you're bound to do some damage with trample. Like that's bound to happen. Yeah, so there's that. And then we have this one deals with, this is my interaction spell where I can interact with the board. And then I have board wipes, which are these two guys. All is dust and Calamity of the Titans. So these ones will interact and wipe out the board. And we have haste makers. So this one is literally a haste maker. Like you tap it and your creature you control gain haste. So these ones I put them as a haste maker because I can cast colorless spells, or I can play non-land cards anytime. I can play an instant. So basically what I can do is I can wait until my opponent's turn about to end, I play out the monster, and then when it comes to my turn, it doesn't have summoning sickness. So it's technically a haste maker. And then you gotta have like protection and life play, because if you don't have protection or life play, you're not gonna have a good time with this deck. Because a lot of the times I will see myself in instances where I'm literally just playing ramp spells until something happens. So this is such a great card for that, because it costs so much mana, and by the time when I get this, most likely I actually do have 12 land. So I'll play it and then tap it and then switch life with someone. And then the life linkers. Life link. This one doesn't have life link. This one doesn't have life link. This one does have life link. Life link. Okay, yeah. So then we have the life linkers, which seems kind of excessive. Wait, this does not have life link. We have the life linkers. Okay, there we go. Which seems kind of excessive, but not really, because there's a lot of times where I keep playing to hopefully play something big, and during that time I'm most likely going to be attacked, so I need lifelink to gain back the life that I lost. So there's that. And also, you know, cards like where is it? This one I gotta pay life, which technically I don't, but you know, I gotta pay life. This one I do have to pay life. So when enter the battlefield, draw a card, lose 2 life. Beginning upkeep, you may pay 2. You do draw a card and you lose 2 life. So yeah, that's why it's very valuable to have these life linkers to get more life. Besides that, we got your Hexproof and Shroud. There you go. Hexproof Shroud. So gotta protect the big creatures. And that's how I do it with these guys. And these two are kind of interesting because it's like protect for each color that's not in your commander's identity. So mine is colorless. So as long as they play any color, this is great with my commander because my commander is colorless. So that's great. And then Achroma's Memorial. This one just gives all my creatures a bunch of freaking keywords: flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and red. So that's really good. So we cover that. We cover this. This one. This one is also I think this is the only card that I have that searches out creatures. I think I have 2 search. I have that, and then I have this to search. Yeah, so and this is what I call like the mid-tier guys, like the guys that just are just not strong enough to cascade with, but I still need them just because of their effect. Like this one it's a searcher, but on top of a searcher, it's a reducer. And that's really good. Only the first one though. This guy. This one is literally a planeswalker. Because untap during each other's untap step, that's really fantastic. And its ability, I can ping something for 1. Target creature cannot attack or block, or I can draw a card. That's really lit. See, cover this, that. The big stack. Okay. Now, you gotta have like your ultimates. Yeah, I think this guy too. Okay. Okay, yeah. Now, we are on to the main reason why, oh, it's 16 minutes, hang on. I'll be in part 2. Okay, back. Alright, so the main reason for the deck, the bosses. And a lot of these guys have Annihilator. Camera can't even pick it up. A lot of these guys have Annihilator. And Annihilator is such an awesome effect, but I would hate to play against it. Just because the fact that when it annihilates, just based off of attack, the player's gotta sacrifice however many permanents that this thing would annihilate for. So, yeah. This one doesn't have Annihilator, but this one's just really good in general. This one has Annihilator for 4. So, if just kind of picture like this. Let's say if you have something like these 5 guys on the battlefield, like annihilates 2, 4, that's 6. Annihilate 4 again, that's 8. Annihilate another 2, that's 10. 13. You gotta sacrifice 13 things based off of these 5 guys attacking. Yeah, and like some of these ones, like this one doesn't have a protection. This one has indestructible. So it has protection on top of Annihilator, on top of a cast trigger. This one on cast, I get to destroy something. Like this one. This one on cast, I get to exile 2 target permanents. And it's indestructible, and it mills, exiles the top 20 cards of the library. Ooh. Based on attack. So this is a different form of annihilation. Instead of the field, it's the deck. Like it annihilates the deck. Yeah. And this one it annihilates. When on top of that, if your opponent sacrifices whatever, put that into the battlefield under my control. Dude, that's lit. And the big boss. The big boss. Emrakul. Cannot be countered. On cast, take an extra turn. Flying, protection from spells that are 1 or more colors, so protection from color spells. Annihilator for 6. And when it's put into a graveyard, shuffle the graveyard to my library. Dude, that is too lit. Like this is too lit, but it's really costing 15 costs. So yeah. And this guy to me is kind of like protection, because your opponent cannot cast spell with even converted mana cost. Your opponent cannot block with creatures with even converted mana cost. So a 0 is even. So this is somewhat protection because they can't cast certain spells. You know, like counter spells are probably even cost. So yeah. And then we have like these little guys. These ones, well, they're not really little, but they're more mid-tier. They're not like the big bosses that you see from before, but they're like mid-tier guys. You know, like this one annihilates for 1. It's pretty cool, 7/7. This one when this one works, because at the beginning of combat, review the top card of your library. If a creature card is reviewed this way, you may have creatures you control other than Deceiver form becomes copy of that card until the end of the turn. You may put that card in the bottom of the library. So, at the beginning of combat, let's just say, what if scenario? Because this actually has happened before. I review this guy. All of my creatures now become It That Betrays. And swing in for however many annihilation that it is. And then I get all of those cards. And it's an 11/11. Yeah, that is lit. It only happened like once. But yeah, that's pretty lit. This one's Monster Reborn on top of a body that's a 10/9. And it has Annihilator. So it also annihilates. This one annihilates for 8. No, wait, not 8. No, this is an 8/8 that annihilates for 2. No, my bad. It does not annihilate for 8. If it annihilates for 8, it would not be considered mid-tier. This one's interesting. If you can pay 20, you can cast any number of drowsy cards you own outside of the game without paying a mana cost. This one's very interesting. But most likely I use it for its 4 and then its Annihilator 1. And it's a 10 cost too. And a great cascade. This one's the mid-tier Kozolek because the other one is a big boss one. What's a 12/12? Is the other one also a 12/12? Yeah, the big boss version is also a 12/12. So there's that. It's debatable which one's better, because sometimes when you only have 1 card, this one draws you 6. If you have no cards, this one draws you 7. So, it's kind of debatable. Yeah, but the cost, they both cost the same. It costs 10, but this one is 2 of it has to be a waste. It doesn't matter though with me, because it's like, my deck is colorless, but yeah. So, there's that. Let's see here. Annihilates. This is before the word annihilation is, but this one is just annihilates for 2. 7 for a 7/5. It's not that good, so that's why I put it mid-tier. This one's also pretty mid-tier, 10/8, but so basically it just takes out all the creatures, if possible. Cover. The single enchantment. I think this is the only enchantment. So, that's pretty good. Whenever I cast color, Crucible manifests. And whenever I attack, creature power 6 or greater, put face down, creature face up. Yeah? It's pretty good. I have it in there. I think it's part of Precon. And the non-basic lands. Like, there are so many non-basic lands here. I think this is the only deck that I have that has this many non-basic lands. Like, some are pretty good. Mirror Pool is pretty good. This one's pretty good too. This one, like, creatures your opponent control lose hexproof and shroud. Can't have hexproof or shroud. Like, cause in my play group they have this Shalai Avacyn combo. Oh. Man, this one just, goodbye. And then this is all basic lands, so basic waste. So there you have it. I finally went back to draw these. It's good to be back. Anyways, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, if you're new to the channel, click like, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, bell, more content. You guys stay awesome.